Good morning, NPC. I'm Hayden Kohler.
I'm Malia.
Welcome to NPCNN.
So we don't have school this coming Friday or next Monday. And then if you want to design the yearbook, talk to Ms. Strayer if you're interested. Juniors and seniors, there's going to be an ACT at Christian High, and you can talk to Mr. Terpstra for more information. There's going to be an NHS meeting tomorrow at lunch in the tents outside the high school hallway.
Now a word from our sponsor.
Do you love your mask? Don't you wish it had as much school spirit as you? NPC masks and gaiters are available for purchase for only $12. Time is ticking on this incredible offer. Go to nchgms2020.wswebstore.com. Again, go to nchgms2020.wswebstore.com and get yours today.
In other news, the senior retreat will be September 15th. We'll leave at 7:15, be back at 11 o'clock. It should be a good time. And then last, if you want to be on NPCNN, please send a video or a short clip to Mr. Rohr of wearing masks incorrectly. And always remember to mask responsibly. And we have a few words from Mr. Mullenkamp, so we'll go talk to him.
Hello, students. Mr. Mullenkamp and your friend and mine, Mr. Cottle, here to go over some of our expectations this year for school. We usually do this in a chapel format, but we're giving it a try a different way this year on NPCNN. So thanks, NPCNN crew, for allowing us to join and package this presentation up into little pieces for you. We'll do it over the next couple of days. So, expectations, rules, what we mean when we say we have a community covenant here, and how to have a great year at NPC. This year is in the hallway on your way into the building, in this together. And chapel is going to look a little different this year, as you're even seeing by the way we're trying to do this and what we did outside on the first day of school. But get ready, it's going to be an awesome year of chapel. Mr. Bell is leading us again as our spiritual life director. We're going to be unpacking this theme and what it means for us as Christians in 2020 to be thinking more about others than about ourselves, and to be demonstrating unity that we can find in Christ that the world is in desperate need of today. So get ready for a great year together in chapel. Expectations will be reflective of the way that we end up formatting it. There'll be times when you're in smaller groups like our discipleship groups, or even in a group of grade level students, or maybe a few discipleship groups together in order to view a chapel. And there'll be times when we're in bigger groups, and sometimes we'll have to go outside for that, or we'll have to be in different venues and parts of the building. But whenever we're in chapel, we want no phones that are even with us, so that we don't have any reason to be distracted from what God wants to say to us and do in us during that time. Next thing is lunch. I'll have Mr. Cottle help me a little bit here with this. But this year, we've always had a closed campus, but this year we've also made an update to our policy on deliveries, on food being brought to the building. So unfortunately this year, we're not having outside delivery services come into the building. So that would be
Jimmy John's.
Yes.
Taco Bell, any of you little places, Panera. And really, unfortunately, as unfortunate as this is, it's for your safety. We want as few people coming in and out of our building as we possibly can.
So in terms of where we're doing lunch, you're doing it in your classrooms, you know, and then otherwise, if your whole classroom agrees and the weather permits, like it has in the last couple of days, you can be able to bring your whole group outside. One thing we ask is that you make sure you clean up, not just after lunch, but all times of day. You guys are actually off to a great start in that way this year, cleaning up spaces behind yourselves and leaving them better than you found them. So please continue to help us in that way so we can still have a beautiful and great school for all of us. Next thing is dress code. Let's get this one out of the way really quick. I know it's everybody's favorite topic, but one of the main things that we look for really here is modesty. And so we're asking you to cover all of your private parts. We're asking you to make sure that we're not seeing through to your undergarments. We have some unique rules in our North Point community that involve things like not having your piercings if you're a boy in during the day, or not having a hat or a hood on during the day. We are being a little bit more flexible on that when you go outside for having hats on because of the sun and things like that. Grooming and hygiene is an expectation of ours, and it always is here, but that's sometimes somewhat amplified this year given our concerns about COVID. When in doubt, teacher's going to ask you to fix something, and as with anything, If it's not a big deal, and most of these are not big deals, they can be dealt with in small ways, let's please not make it a big deal. This is the student handbook that you should refer to. It's been sent to you at the beginning of the year. If you have any questions, ask the office and we'll make sure you get a copy of it. Mr. Cottle is going to share just a little bit about tardies and detentions and our attendance policy.
So this is a brand new year. As you guys all know already, we're checking in at the door, making sure that everybody is healthy and safe to come inside so that we can keep school in person and live for all of you. So from there, if for some reason you can't be at school during any given day, all you have to do is have your mom and dad call Mrs. Glass at the front office, and this is what we would call an excused absence. Your parents have called and they are aware that you're going to be home and that they let us know, maybe you're sick, whatever the case is. That's an excused absence. And then we have what's called an unexcused absence. That's for those of you who just don't show up to school and you don't let us know. We worry, we don't know where you are, and that's unexcused. Again, this year, I will be tracking first hours unexcused absences. And as you get unexcused absences, there will be consequences that we know as time for time. You have wasted some time of our staff and our teachers by not knowing where you are and us worrying about you, so you're going to simply give that time back by spending a half an hour with some teachers. So we'll be doing that. Make sure that you are communicating that regularly. If you're not going to be here, it's as simple as just letting the school know, and we'll go from there. And again, this year, even more important than in years past, attendance and being in the classroom and where you are supposed to be is super important. You've probably noticed that you have seating charts in your classrooms. That's for a purpose this year. The purpose is in the event that we have a positive COVID outbreak or case within our school, we have to help work with the health department to know that everyone or who is around or potentially influenced by that positive case. In the same token, hall passes, so your teachers know that you are out of class and we know that you're supposed to be in the hallway, so we know that you're accounted for. Safety is the most important thing for us. We want to be here 5 days a week in person.
Amen.
To see you guys.
That's
so
right.
Do your part.
We got one more slide for you guys, and then we're going to cut it off for the day and do some more next time, but we're going to talk just a little bit about athletics and eligibility.
So just a couple reminders as it goes to that. Eligibility is going to be checked, again, every week. So on Friday, the last day of the week, I will be running a report that I will then share with your teachers to make sure that it's accurate. In the event you are not meeting our standards, which are passing all of your classes, so you can't fail any, and you have above a 2.0 GPA overall. In the event that you are failing a class, and that's been verified by your teacher, you will receive a note from me personally to you, your parents, and your coach, letting them know that you are on what we call Phase 1A. So the first week of Phase 1, or Phase 1A, means you can still fully participate in every aspect of the game. It's just kind of a warning. If I do a check the next week, and you're still on there, you move into Phase 1B. You're still in Phase 1, so you can still participate in practice, you can still participate in contests, but you're getting dangerously close to having to sit one out. If you make it a third week on that eligibility list, then you move into Phase 2. Phase 2 means practices are okay, contests are just a no-go. Don't want to get there, hate for you to get there, but I will be communicating that with you, your parents, and whoever your coach is. Sporting events this year. This is a different year with COVID. I still don't have a lot of answers for you. We're still waiting for some of those. I'm hoping that once sports get started, we can have as many of you there to cheer on the Mustangs as possible. But there is a chance that we have to have reduced capacities or limited spectators. So more to come when it comes to that. Remember, when you're at sporting events or wherever you are, you continue to represent North Point Christian. Most importantly, that Christian, right? We are here to be disciples, to be examples of who Christ's people are when we're competing on, off the court, or field of play. And again, our dress code, it's the same whether you're at a sporting event or during the day. So the dress code doesn't go away anytime you're representing North Point Christian. And always be mindful of those things like the music that you're listening to. When that stuff goes in, Watch what comes out. You're a representative of North Point Christian. Play music that's edifying to the Lord and representative of us.
Yep. So when we're in practices here, we're listening to either Christian music or music that's instrumental or things like that. If we're out of practice, we're fully dressed and participating there. We know that's one of the things that makes us a little different than some other schools, and that's okay. We're happy to be different because we want to stand out, as Mr. Collins said, and represent the Lord well. Thank you guys for hanging with us for this. We're going to have a couple more installments of this as we put together the expectations for this year without doing a full chapel session for it. So thank you very much and have a great day.
That's all we have for today, NBC. I'm Hayden Kohler.
I'm Malia.
Thanks for watching.